right, let's talk summonable ultras. Yes, they're coming. And I am here to say they are so pointless. Now, I do want to put it on the record. I will still summon for summonable ultras. A lot of y'all are going to say, but
Content creators, ban them. Don't summon for them.
these games are so massive that the entire community over here could ban them and not summon for them, and it wouldn't matter. And while we're talking about all this, let me know down below, are you excited for summonable ultras or not excited? Like, is this something you wish they would just keep out of the game? On top of that, while you're down there, let me know. Hit that like button and subscribe, because why not? We're going to cover everything Legends Festival right here on this channel, so stay tuned in. But they are super pointless. Literally, LF. Summonable LF units could easily be peak legends and they'd be totally fine. But unfortunately, they're not. Now, if you're watching this and going, but Nano, how do you know summonable ultras are like on the way? Well, roll the clip.
But we plan to have more Ultra characters available in summons in the future, so this might be the last event obtainable Ultra character for a while.
Yeah, so right out of Toshi's mouth, Omega is going to be the last free ultra for quite a while. And this actually goes along with how they did it over on Dokkan, so I'm not really that surprised. We got a couple of free LRs, and then boom, they shadow dropped a freaking LR Gohan that wasn't featured and was just like buried down inside like the text of the like announcement of the banner. And we're just like, huh? Now, on the other hand, we also know that Legends Festival 2021 is actually confirmed and is coming. And so for the run back, last year during Legends Festival, we, in a span of 4 weeks, got probably the most hype releases of LFs we've ever had, like in that short of a span, right? We got LF UI. We then got the long-awaited for 2+ years at that point, Gogeta Blue, and an LF Broly, all in like 4 weeks. So expect that again this year. But something tells me we're getting our first summonable ultra somewhere in all of this. Now, I don't think it's gonna be 3 summonable ultras. Wait, that's 6. I don't think it's gonna be 3 summonable ultras. I think it's gonna be probably 2 LFs and 1 ultra. And the other thing too is like, I think a lot of people really think it's gonna be UI Goku. I don't think that's where you do this, because you gotta think right now, the peak of stuff they could release at this point are fusions and UIs. And if you think differently, you're wrong. And they know it. UI and fusions are peak in terms of like how much involvement they can get from the community to actually spend money and summon for these units. And so I think you save UI for your anniversary. Now, if you don't do UI, what do you do? Well, it was already in the thing I already said. It's either gonna be a fusion or UI, and I don't think it's UI. I also, just to keep it light here, the first LR for Dokkan was 18 Gohan. So then you fast forward, the first LF for Legends was Teen Gohan, and still, you know, with his Zenkai, the most dominating sort of LF in the game, which is just insane to think about. I don't think that you debut Ultras with Teen Gohan again. We don't need the hybrids buff. We don't need that. Please do not let it be a Gohan. But I do think that you still capitalize on the hype that is probably a fusion and maybe an actual in-game sort of fusing style unit. And so I think that your special intro could either be a Gogeta or a Vegito, where they Goku and Vegeta actually fuse, and they could do a lot with the actual ultra sort of intro and everything like that. And I think they can make an ultra fusing unit look absolutely sick. So while everyone thinks this entire sort of 4 weeks of massive releases is going to be TOP themed, I actually don't know that it will be. Maybe one of the LFs. Really, the reason why I don't think that is because they already dropped Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. And so I don't really know where the theme would go. Now, I know a lot of you are probably going to go, yeah, but they could just do an LF Jiren and an Ultra Goku. I don't think that. I think get that out of your head. Now, it goes a little bit against what I'm saying, because one of the ones that I had Sora mock up for me, by the way, these are mock-ups from Sora. Massive shout out to him. I asked him to mock me up 3 Ultras because I kind of just wanted to see what they could look like. And also, I think they're the 3 closest candidates to what we might see here, because if they do touch TOP, I don't think they touch Jiren and Goku yet. Well, Ultra Goku, Ultra Instinct Goku. I think they potentially do a Goku and a Frieza. This is a unit, you know, we've been seeing them introduce these sort of assist characters and sort of duo characters, and I think the peak of that in terms of keeping them separate and they don't fuse and all of that would be a Goku and a Frieza. That unit obviously had massive hype over on the Dokkan side, so bring them over to Legends. You can do a lot of really cool stuff with them, and so I think a combo Goku and Frieza Ultra would be really, really sick. And again, even outside of them just being an Ultra, I think it is obviously possible for us to see them as one of the LFs that were released here as well. Then beyond that, I just picked the 2 fusions, but obviously not the blue side really. I mean, I think it could be possible, but just looking at Super Gogeta actually from DBZ, not the actual DBS Broly Gogeta, but the DBZ Super Gogeta, I'm leaning more towards them doing something with that. The last Super Gogeta that was in the game was the green one, and the hype was just not there. But I think if you bring them back, especially based on the hype from Tech Gogeta in Dokkan this year, you do a lot with the animations and a lot with the kit, and I think you can get a lot of people excited and behind an LF and or Ultra, not and or, an LF or Ultra Super Gogeta that has a really cool sort of maybe fusing mechanic or something like that. I think that would be really, really sick. And flip-flop that with Vegito, same thing here. Obviously, I think you can do a lot still. We haven't had an actual SV in the game since the yellow one before the year 2 anniversary. And then before that, the only other Super Vegito in the game, Super Vegito, not Vegito, but Super Vegito is the purple one that again released during the 1-year anniversary. So we are definitely due up, in my personal opinion, for a new Super Vegito. And again, due to the very lackluster release of green Super Gogeta from almost 2 years ago as well, I think we're due up for new Super Gogeta as well. Anyways, I'm sticking to my guns here. I think if it's TOP related, period, I think it will actually be Goku and Frieza. And then if it's DBS related and it's not TOP, then I think they'd probably go with like a Sword of Hope Trunks. I think that we're due up for like an LF Sword of Hope Trunks. I could see that for sure. And then if we are staying away from DBS and we're just looking at the grand scope of Dragon Ball, well, it's probably not going to be Dragon Ball. It's going to definitely be from Z. And I think you go and you put a fusion in there somewhere. And so I'm thinking we're looking at like a Super Gogeta or Super Vegito. I don't think we see the blues back just yet. Now, to wrap this up, my super problematic thing with Summonable Ultras, and I think we can all agree with this, is that where do you come in at with an actual summonable rate? Already, LFs are 0.5%, right? New LFs, like if you go to summon for Perfect Cell right now, as I'm filming this video, Perfect Cell is the LF that is currently released. You would have a 0.5% chance to summon that summonable LF. So, how bad do they make Ultras? Now, obviously, the hopeful thing here is that they just do 0.25, just half of a featured summonable LF, which is already so difficult to pull. Also, obviously, and I'm afraid they won't do this, but I'm really hoping they still have a pity system. Please still have a pity system for Summonable Ultras for the love of everything. But the thing is if you're going to warrant a summonable pull rate that is half of the current featured LF, what exactly does the unit look like? How do you justify that low of a pull rate? And that right there is what scares me, because at that point you're creating, I'm just going to say it, an already somewhat of a toxic PvP environment, but you're going to make it even more toxic, because if these units are justifying such a terrible pull rate, oh my god. And I know I don't want to harp on this too much. I more or less want to actually look at, you know, where they might be going with the Ultras and put my guesses out there, which we've done. But just to wrap the video up, I just wanted to mention and bring this back up of how bad of an idea I think this actually truly is. And again, I know like I'm kind of feeding into it by obviously saying we're going to summon for them, but god, it's going to suck, dude. And like, again, you know, if we're all going to, you know, put in money or put in our hard resources and time, that's the only way you're going to acquire CC. You're either spending money, you're putting in time into the app. You know, you do, when you pull the Ultra, you do want it to feel worth it. So what is that like Ultra ability going to look like on a summonable one with a 0.25 or less? What if it's 0.1? Surely to god, they're not going to make it 0.1. Let me know down below. Ultras, they're coming to Legends. Are you excited? Are you not? But that's it for me. Have a great day. Keep on keeping on. I'll see you all here. Stay tuned to the channel for more Legends Festival news. But anyways, have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix signing off, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.